Thanks, everyone. I've had a long journey with trucks. My father was a truck driver. In fact, he's still a truck driver at the age of 77. So I grew up with him driving trucks. He got his truck license in 1986. So at a very early age, I was an illegal truck driver because I used to sit on his lap when working on the farm, and I would drive a truck with him. And in those days, the speedometer, interestingly, was reading in miles, not even in kilometers per hour. I can't remember how fast it used to go. 20 years after he got his license, I got my license very early, in 1986. And then I used to drive trucks during my school holidays, university holidays, and sometimes when I started working as well, I did drive trucks for my employer in those days. I think my passion for trucks has, as I said, has carried me through. When I meet a driver or I see a truck, there's certain things that I understand. I can understand trucking from an owner's point of view, because there's certain things you look at as a truck owner, and then also understand it from a driver point of view. For instance, driver comfort is quite important. Driver fatigue is an issue for road accidents. Driver behavior as well. You know, there's certain ways a driver has to behave on the road because it's quite a heavy vehicle. Like for instance, if you cut in front of a driver, chances for him to stop and not collide with you are very high. But also if the driver is driving reckless, he puts a lot of people in danger. So I'm always passionate about both sides of the coin. I mean, I was a student and doing what students do. And then over the holidays, I would be fetched. Then I had to switch off from being a student to being a farm employee, where I had to sit at the back of a bakkie to go to where the trucks were. And then, I mean, it was pre-94. So I had to change modes and learn to say bossman to the truck owner. But also it disciplined me quite a bit because during holidays I was busy working. Some of my friends were having fun and enjoying life. But it also exposed me to a big deal about logistics, how to manage trucks, and also how to manage people. I mean, my leadership journey has been hand in glove with trucking because I had to take responsibility. And also, if you think of the value of one truck, I mean, one truck runs over R1 million, so you've got a big responsibility. The value of the load, you're loading, and so that's been my university days. I think your mood carries a lot of weight. You almost like become a company's weatherman, because if you're in a good mood, the whole company is not in a good mood. If you are in a happy mood, everybody feeds off you. So you always have to be mindful of how you present yourself at work. How do you arrive at work in the morning? And also, what example do you set for other people? You've got to do things that are sustainable. You can't be happy all the day, but also we can't be unhappy all the time. So we've got to have a good medium, but also we can't overshare what we're going through. So to me, it's always important to ensure that I leave people with a positive message. You know, like as a leader, if I panic, then the whole organization will panic. But if I share positive energy, then everybody is energized and is hopeful. Remember what Napoleon once said. He said, a leader is a dealer in hope. And you've got to be that leader that gives hope to your subordinates. Our vehicles are for customers' businesses. So when the vehicle is not operational, it means the customer is not generating revenue. As a result, we always insist that we give good service to the customer, ensure that the vehicle uptime is good, and also ensure that it's cheaper for the customer to run the vehicle. What's very important is we're very, very customer focused, because without customers we have no business. As a result, we listen to feedback from the customer, whether it's feedback that we like or feedback that we do not like, but we ensure that we hear the voices of the customer. Our saying is we don't want to leave a single customer behind. A customer is going to choose which powertrain to use in the future. As a result, our offering is wide. We're not only moving from internal combustion engines to batteries, but some customers are using gas, some customers are using dual fuel, some customers are using batteries. As a result, we accommodate each and every customer needs, but also the environment where they operate in. I think the important thing is the people we employ needs to have the passion for our business. Else we will not have good people talking to our network. The network feeds off us quite a lot, so we need to ensure that ourselves within ISUZU have got passion for trucks. And then on the dealer network, we encourage the dealer network to employ the right fit people, not just any person they can find, but someone that fits the ISUZU brand. As a result, these two groups of people will be able to build a better trucking culture. But also, we listen also to particularly those customers of ours that run fleet. What are the trends? What is the future looking like? So that whatever we do fits into them. But the dealer network, is our route to market, very important, plays a critical role. But also, when I talk to the dealers, I always say, between us and the dealers, no one is bigger than the other. We joined on the hip. There is no one without the other. And they play a very, very key role. We take learnings from some of our dealers. For instance, one of our dealers in KZN runs a very good CSI program. We've learned from them. One of our dealers in the Western Cape runs very good customer service and a good example for trucking. We've learned from them. So there is a big mutual relationship between us and the dealers, so that the customer we service them very well. Our payoff line as ISUZU is with you for the long run. And if you look at our history in South Africa, a year ago we celebrated 6 decades of trucking in the continent and 45 years on the light commercial vehicles, which means we've been in the continent for a very, very long time, and we will continue to be here. And we've also evolved with our customers. And as our customers start buying a single unit, 2 units, 10 units, 100 units, we journey with them. And we ensure that we are that trusted brand in their business. A brand is a friend, and we want to be that friend in our customers' business. And we've journeyed with a lot of our customers. You take, for instance, the bakeries in this country. They use CNG. We've been able to provide them with solutions that use CNG. We've now got available CNG powered trucks, which is integrated to their businesses. And we are looking at some of the new energy sources for some of our customers. So it's very important to understand what the customers are needing, but also to journey with them. And we've done so successfully. If you look at the technologies we've brought in this country and continent is in line with the customer needs. With the heavy congested roads, we now use AMTs to ensure that we are able to cope in heavy traffic conditions, and those that need manual trucks have those available. Like in the truck I'm sitting inside, this is a left-hand drive truck We are preparing to provide the rest of the continent, the left-hand drive markets, with vehicles that are conditioned for the continent challenges, made in the continent and solving the continent's challenges. I think to me is how trucking has kept up with the times. When I drove trucks, 100% of them were manual. You had to do things like double clutch, and then trucking evolved. Trucking adapted with new technology. Today we've got AMTs. Today we've got air conditioners. Today we've got more safety features. And what I like is, as industry, we've ensured that our drivers are safe and our drivers are able to be looked after, and things like ergonomics important in the truck. We've taken the feedback from the drivers, but we make it exciting because we need to attract new people to come into the industries, younger drivers to come into the industry. And whenever I travel on the road, I always talk to the drivers, I meet younger drivers, and we want that passion on driving, because if you think of it, the food you had this morning, chances are there was a truck that was involved, whether it's milk, whether it's bakery, whether it's your vegetables. So we need to ensure that the people that service us and serve us are well looked after, are coming in vehicles that are good for them, to ensure that not only ISUZU is with you for the long run, but our truck drivers are with us for the long run.